Technical SEO courses and Technical SEO stats 2026 guide. Thank you for being here and listening to the We Don't Play podcast show and for being here consistently with me on an evening like this. Glad to see you, Ryan, Sean, Candice. I got to send you a message, Candice. So I got you. Thank you for being here. Sammy, Kara, AB, Tanika, you are all welcome. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. The reason why I have this room open is because, hey, Kojo, I created an article about 9 hours ago. And I always like doing this whenever it's live so that you can also be part of the experience. And there are about a good number of courses, both free and paid, that you can, tap into today. So I decided to bring this in form of an audio that you can listen to. But if you want to read, it's going to be available for you. And I'll put the link in the chat so that you can access it. All right, here we go. Boom. So the link is in the chat. If you'd like to read about that, please feel free to read it and save it. It's a 15-minute read. So best thing to say is just click the link. That's why I put it in the chat. Click on it on your phone, save it in your browser, bookmark the tab, and save it for later because this is a fresh article. Now, I did this because I don't do anything just because. I always do research first before I make it happen. So this has been a big need within my radar because for the last 6 months now, of course, way more than that, but more intensely within the last 6 months because of AI and digital technology, a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, creators want to improve their search engines by improving their search visibility. So I looked into very specific areas and I thought to myself, okay, if people are looking for technical SEO courses, then my next question would be, would you have the time to do it? That's one. And then when you have the time to do it, do you have the time to sustain it? That's another thing. And both answers could be yes. One could be yes, one could be no. One could be no, the other could be no too, right? But at the end of the day, it's up to you to discover and know why it's important. Now, what is technical SEO? Technical SEO is a fundamental component of any successful digital strategy. And it's no longer a niche specialization because back in the day, people used to say, oh yeah, I do technical SEO and that's it. Technical SEO, that's it. Technical SEO, that's it. Or I do local SEO, or I do Google business, or I do Google ads, or I do PPC, or I do digital marketing. These are things that, yes, you can do. It's kind of like saying, oh, I have an arm, but I don't need a hand. I don't need a finger. It doesn't make sense. They all work together. So thank you, Sammy. Appreciate you. The replay is available. And welcome, Christina. So technical SEO is very important, right? Because it's the technical setup of your website. I can call technical SEO the digestive system of your website, right? And when you think about what you put in is what you get out, right? Because technical SEO is the speed of your site. How fast does your website load? And your website could load fast on a mobile and could run slow or load slow on a computer. Could even run slower on a tablet. So there are very specific things to measure and ask yourself, what are we looking for and where are we going in 2026? Right now, the global SEO services market is valued at $83.98 billion. This is in 2026. And by 2031, God willing, is going to grow to $148.86 billion. That's a compound annual growth of at least 12%. Now, if we're looking at the next 5 years from now, and we're asking ourselves, okay, these numbers sound big. They don't really, you hear the billions, you don't really measure it because you can't really see it, but you know it's a lot, right? It may be quote unquote immeasurable, but when you look at the market and where it's going, you now ask yourself, okay, if we're having a market that's growing so exponentially like this, then does it mean that SEO is still existing? Yes, SEO is still very impactful because anything you're doing in 2026 that is online related has a component of SEO in it, whether it's your title, your keywords, your captions, your links, your buttons, your emails, your social media captions, your auto-generated captions from your vocals. Whatever you're doing is SEO treated. It's very, very important because if without SEO, it's going to change a lot. There's something called Core Web Vitals, right? We've talked about think about it. If you do your physical, right, and you do vitals, you do a vital check, they're going to check for a lot of things, right? Is your heart, pumping at the right, beats per minute? All these things that we have to think about, right? Are we breathing in well? Our system is in a healthy state, right? That's what we always think about, right? Health is wealth. So the same way we know that health is wealth for our bodies is the same way technical SEO is health for your website. It's so important because if somebody's coming to your website and it doesn't load and they leave, you have a lower spending time. Now, the websites that meet Core Web Vitals, right? And these are standards that are made. You can go to web.dev/vitals and check it out for yourself. Core Web Vital standards experience a remarkable 24% increase in user engagement. 24% increase, which is huge, guys. Huge, right? Because if you have a 24% increase in user engagement, right, while optimized images alone can improve your page load time by 50%, that says a lot about your business. Because technical SEO is not just about your links, it's also about your speed. It's about your page loading time. It's about how people see you. If people use DuckDuckGo, Bravo, if they use Microsoft Edge, if they use Opera, if they use Google Chrome, if they use, ChatGPT Atlas, if they use Perplexity Comet, if they finally use Google Disco or Safari, all these browsers that we know about, both AI and traditional, we're going to have something called a loading page time. So that loading page time or that page load time is so important because if we're thinking about all these things, we have to think about where we're going in 2026. 60% of global website traffic is coming from your mobile phone. Do you know how much that it is? There are 1.1 billion websites in the world, and 60% of global website traffic is going to mobile, right? And if your website is optimized for mobile, you have a 67% higher chance and you're more likely to rank on the first page because you're optimizing for mobile. Why? Because people are mobile. And if you're mobile and you connect to a mobile device and you connect to the internet and you're optimizing for the websites that are active on mobile, then it gives you a much better translation over time. So if you think about your business long term, this can really help you. Now, some things to also keep in mind too is that 95% of Google's top results are secured with the HTTPS, if not 100%. There's always room for improvement. Now, 25% of websites suffer from crawlability issues. What is crawlability? Crawlability means that if I have a website, there are three levels. There's a website, a web page, and a web link. Now, if I have a website, my website is mywebsite.com. My web page is mywebsite.com/the page. My web link is that page that you've mentioned, and within that page is a link that someone can click on. Or that page itself has the actual link itself. Now, when you have a link that is active, just like the link I have in the chat or the link above this room, if you click on that link, it will take you to a destination. Now, if that link did not take you to a destination It's called a broken link. And it sounds like this if it was actually a sound to be made. That's a 404 error, because that error message that you're getting saying that you can't access this page because the owner has not validated the page enough or authenticated it for you to receive the signals within the context of that page setup. So when you have more broken links alone, not even focusing on web vitals, but having broken links alone can cause a 15% drop in your rankings. So what does that mean for you? If you have a website and you have 10 pages, 100 pages, 1,000 pages, 10,000 pages, 100,000 pages, 1,000,000 pages, 10 million pages, 100 million pages, 1,000,000,000 pages, it doesn't matter how many pages you have. If those pages, for any reason, have broken links in them, you will start to see a drop in your rankings. Why? Because, and this is the real reason why. We can talk about the technical setup. This is not working. Yeah. Great. This is the real reason why it's dropping. Because if I'm Google and I know that you're coming to me for information, and I know that if I give you wrong information, or if I give information that is not worth your experience, you're not going to come back. So I'm going to try my best, and I'm going to do my level best to make sure I give you the best experience, which means I'm not going to give you any link that will lead you to a 404 error message. So if I'm going to lead you with links, and I know that, let's say today, this link was working, tomorrow, this link is broken. It's kind of like saying we had a relationship today, tomorrow our relationship is broken. What broke the relationship? This and this and this and this and that and that and that and that. You start listing things out. Now, when you look at that same analogy with your website, if today it was ranking and it was good, and then tomorrow you do something with your website whereby you either change the URL link, or you don't submit it, or it's submitted and there's something wrong in the context, or you put something that's not matching, then that's going to de-index it, right? Because de-indexing means that you're removing it away from where it was. Another example could be, let's say I published this website or this web link. I published a blog. This blog went live on Facebook. It went live on Google. It went live on Pinterest. It went live everywhere. Now, because I decided to delete the blog from my hosting, I went to, let's say I use Wix or WordPress or Squarespace or Shopify or Webflow or Magento. If you now use any of these pages to build a blog, right? And you publish the blog, it's live. You've even sent an email to people. Everyone has the link to the email. And then you decide to go and delete the article from the hosting, from the actual source. Now, Google has gotten a copy. Your email has a copy. Social media has a copy of that web link that you distributed yesterday. But because today you decided that this is not going to be a link that people need to see, I'm going to delete this link. When I delete this link, Google will still have your original link. But when somebody clicks on that link and it leads to a 404 error from Google, when Google gets to find out, and how Google will find out is your website is going to be crawled again. That happens almost every 24 hours to 30 days. So if your website is going to be crawled again and Google crawls and says, yesterday you were live, today you're not live anymore. All right, we're going to drop it. Now, when they drop that, they're going to replace yours with your next competitor or with the person that has the most relevant or recent information. So you're now going to be showing, and then all of a sudden you're not there. If you have a broken link, and let's say Google still submits your link and says, okay, this link is perfect, but you don't do your due diligence and check on a broken link. Let's say after 24 months, that link was active, but now maybe you changed the link or something happened, or maybe you made a parameter change and that happens. Now, the next thing that happens is that link that you've created now becomes obsolete. When that happens, you can't really use that link anymore because that link has now been changed completely. It's like with podcasting, right? Because I have a podcast called We Don't Play. And whenever you change the title of a podcast, it changes the URL entirely of the show or the episode specifically. So if we're looking at technical SEO and we want to focus on improving our website, improving our experience, improving our conversions, improving our engagement, we have to think about building these skills in a very specific way. Now, there are some free courses you can use and go to. The link is in the chat. You can go to playinc.online/post/technical-SEO-course. That's where you find it. Now, I covered a couple of free course platforms that you can check out. Some free technical SEO courses you can do. Maximum value, zero cost. One of them is SEMrush. You can go to SEMrush Academy. It's called Technical SEO with Bastian Grimm, and you can check that out. Shout out to you. I always like to make sure that you guys can check these things out because there's so much information that you can take, you can do, which will really help you long term. So if you have a business and you're thinking about taking this to the next level, your goal is to figure out, okay, what are we going to do for 2026 and how are we going to build this out there? So you can use that. You can go to SEMrush Academy. That's one. You can go to Ahrefs. That's another free platform you can use, or another free course you can do for technical SEO. You can also go to Allison. Allison is also another place you can definitely get to do that. That's at allison.com, and it's with one L. You could do that too. There's Coursera. Coursera has that. Of course, you know Coursera. So this is the free that you can use. They're for free. Now, paid, you can do Moz. Moz has a technical SEO certification. Yoast has a technical SEO training. Reliable Soft has a technical SEO full course. And what's the name? CXL have an advanced technical SEO course as well. Udemy has one. Brighton SEO has another one too. Now, based on them, you can have anywhere between like 40 minutes to 5 hours plus, or even 8 hours if you go there, sometimes even 10. So if you look at all these courses, yes, you can get certified. Some of them you may not, some of them you would. So you just have to look at the article and see the ones that are best for you. Now, when you look at the pricing, some are free, some cost, $9, some cost close to $125. So it depends on where you want to see yourself in 2026. These are the platforms you can use. So I would say if you really think about your business and ask yourself, okay, does my website load more than 3 seconds? Yes. Do I have more than a 1 second display on my mobile as a delay? Yes. Are my images optimized? No. Is my website optimized for mobile? No. Do I have structured data? Meaning that do I have schema on my website? Do I have rich snippets? Do I have article snippets, breadcrumb snippets, price snippets, organization snippets, location snippets? Do I have those things on my website? Yes or no? Which adds up to rich snippets too. Broken links. Are my broken links changeable? Can I fix them? Those are very big questions to ask. So by the time you look at all these different things all together and you ask yourself, where am I in 2026? What do I need to do? What should I look for in a technical SEO course? You're looking for a course that's going to help you understand how to answer these questions I've talked about today. How does your crawling and indexation begin and end? What's your site speed like? What's mobile first indexing looking like? Right? Do you have structured data implementation? Are these things that you're adding to your website? Can you work with code? Right? Are you able to understand what they mean? Some of them may be beginner friendly, some of them may be advanced, right? So how will I know if I need it? If you need to speak about, let's say you think about the amount of time you have to spend at least 4 to 10 hours. If you can do that in a week, great, right? That's about 2 hours a day and you covered a 10-hour course. You can do that if you have the time. But if you can pay for the time to be spent and done for you, that's different entirely. And that's where we can come in to help you with that too. so you don't have to go through these courses and implement them, because sometimes when you understand something the first time, it's not that you've locked it in completely. You still need to give it some time to understand the whole play before you're able to take that next step forward. So that's why I'm giving you these platforms to choose from. You can always go online, read it. It's 15 minutes. I've given you something way a little bit longer than 15 minutes, but I want you to understand how you can use it for yourself as a business owner and how you can take it to the next level. So if you're thinking about SEO in 2026, this is the time to think about it as a business and ask yourself, where are we going? What are we doing in 2026? Where are we doing this for, and who are we doing this for? If we're able to do this in a much faster capacity and build more long-term, then we can definitely create more and more business opportunities for ourselves and also for the people that we're connecting with too. So please think about this, right? And if there's nothing that you get from today's room, please get this. A 1-second delay in your loading time can cause a drop in conversions that could be as high as 20%. It can be lower than that, but it's still very high because it shouldn't be having any drops at all. So if you think about how much time your website loads, you can go to a website called GTmetrics with an X, gtmetrics.com with an X, and check it out. Type your website in and see what results you get. You're going to get a report card. You're going to get an A+ or a B or a C or even an F. So it's going to be dependent on what you create. And once you know what that score is, let me know. Let's talk about it. We'll look at it together, because we don't want you to lose money and time, right? We don't want you to lose those either at all. One, you can't get time back. Money you can get back, but you don't want to lose the money you could have kept. So I want to make sure that you're able to understand this better. So if you have any information that you care to share, please feel free to do so and reach out to me on LinkedIn or just connect with me here. You can go to playinc.online and connect with me, or click the link in the description so you can book a call with me and we can have a one-on-one discussion. So there's so much to cover, but I wanted to make sure I can give you this insights tonight before, it gets too busy into the week. So if you have some time to spend, please click this link in the description. Learn more about how you can get your structured data and schema markup ready so that you can be part of the people who are connecting with long-term visibility for your website long-term. So please do not miss out on these things. If there's one thing you don't want to miss out on, is this information in 2026. So thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Nix, for being here. I hope this helped you, gave you some insight, gave you some knowledge, understanding on what to do. I will be here tomorrow talking about how to outperform competitors and doing applied SEO marketing. So I look forward to bringing that to you, and I look forward to having amazing discussions with you. Ryan says, great breakdown. Thank you. You are welcome, Ryan. Thank you as well for being here. And I'm excited that I'm going to be here connected with each and every one of you. If you need any help in your business, please reach out. If you have any advice, if you have any comments, I'm always open to listening, because what we do together is to make sure that we can all understand, and we do this for a greater good. It's not for ourselves, it's for our communities at large. So thank you for being here. Have a blessed evening, and I look forward to being here with you guys tomorrow. Talk to you soon. If you have reached this point of the episode, I just want to say thank you so much for listening to the We Don't Play podcast show. I hope this has helped you, given you some insight, because every time I come on here, or anytime I bring somebody on here, a guest, a speaker, anyone that is of relevance to you listening, is always going to give you educational value, definitely entertainment value, and most importantly, empowerment value. So thank you for listening to the We Don't Play podcast show every day. And if you want to reach out to me, you know where to find me. Click the links in the description, or go to info@playinc.online, info@playinc.online, and book a call. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk SEO. Let's talk marketing. Let's talk business. Let's talk scaling. And I look forward to meeting you and learning more about you and your business. Till we meet in the next episode, have a blessed evening. Have a blessed day, night, wherever you are in the world. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye for now. And don't forget, Jesus loves you.